Okay, hello everyone and welcome to this video. In today's video I'm going to show you how we can use CDK for Terraform in order to spin up some app service plans in Azure. So first and first I'm going to say, so that's the difference with, one of the differences with normal CDK is of course that you have to say CDK Terraform. Of course you have to install the CLI, and also for the deployment, I'm going to mention it later, you need to also have the Azure CLI, so AZ CLI. So I just say CDK TF, so I'm going to initialize the project that I need to work with. All right, so it is asking me if I want to use Terraform Cloud for my state management. This state management is essentially when how Terraform knows what you have deployed. So I say no to that because I want it to be deployed locally. And as you can see, also one of the differences with normal CDK is that here, instead of like typing, you can kind of move through them and choose what you want. Project name, the same project name as the directory. Is that what I want? Description also doesn't matter. So that's should be it. So this is like the structure, project structure, and also it's also adding the packages that I need. Okay, so that doesn't matter. So we need to add Azure as provider in this file. So here, I'm just going to add this line here. So, and after adding that, you also have this help file, which kind of we can use quite like right along to do your stuff. So I'm going when I do this npm run get, it's going to look at exactly what I have added here, and it's going to add this provider files for me in the project structure. You're going to see shortly. So it's there, so downloading and generating the modules. That looks cool. Yeah, as you can see, this is what I was talking about, this gen folder. So alright, let's see what's been added. Yeah, as you can see, it's quite a lot of stuff, and all of them are under Azure RM. So great, now I'm going to go to my main TS. As you can see, also just like normal CDK, we have a skeleton kind of project here where some of the imports are added. I also need some other stuff as well, so I'm going to say import. Actually, say also let's say star from my also. I will filter that later, but I'm going to say gen exactly providers RM. Perfect. And that. So now I'm going to say app service plan, and Azure RM provider and resource group. All right, amazing. So as you know, of course, this resource group is actually a container, not in terms of Docker or something, but in terms of a boundary for your resources that you make in Azure. So when you kind of put stuff in your resource group, you could also kind of, for instance, remove all of them at once. You don't need to remove everything like just one by one. So first thing first, I add my Azure provider, and the syntax is very similar to the normal CDK. I'm sorry for saying normal, but I mean like AWS CDK. So it's like this, and features. I'm just going to get null for the moment, and that's it. So that would be my Azure provider. Then I'm going to initialize a resource group, new resource group, and the ID, as you know from AWS CDK, I just say resource group 3. I have 2 other resource groups, and now I'm going to say the name, and RG3 would be the name, and location would be, let's say, East US. So one thing that you need to know is that this, when you kind of say where your resource group is located, you don't actually, not all your resources will be there. So this would be actually the metadata for your resource group that is going to be residing in the East US. For all other stuff, you have to specify where you want your resources. So then I'm going to add my service plan. So say new app service plan. This add this also as well, and then the so now this is actually where this gets interesting. So I say the kind, what kind of machine I want. Like you could have Windows, you could have Linux Windows, and then resource group name is rg.name. Then I have location, rg.location. Of course you can pass it, but yeah, this is how it is. In the name, I say CDK TF Azure App Server. Then I have my SKU stock cost unit. So it's gonna be, so as if you're as I am developing something, it doesn't really matter that much. It's only for development purposes. I could have a free tier. You could enjoy having a free virtual machine on Azure, so I don't need to pay anything. I just say F1, and the size also. I could say, I said size and then tier. I'm sorry, I made a stupid mistake. So tier is going to be 3. So we love everything that is free. And also, if you have worked with Azure on templates, you know what this depends on mean. It's essentially, you say like this resource must be created after something else. So I say that this app service plan must be created after this resource group is created. It depends on it because I'm getting the location and stuff from it. So that is from our app service plan. Then I'm going to create the app service itself. So then I say const service new app service this. Again, the ID service, then the properties. So again, the name. So you should choose a unique name for this because it's going to be added to your DNS. So let's say CDK TF bedroom Azure, something like that. And then I have my the plan ID today, plan.id, exactly like here. Then I'm going to specify the location, rt.location, and then I'm going to give the resource group name, which is org.name. And again, depends on my plan. You could do a lot of interesting stuff here. You could specify app settings, auth settings, backup, HTTPS only. But because we're running out of time, I'm going to just try to wrap it up here. Then at the end, I just yeah. So I think you know what that should work with the job. I wanted to also to add the output, but I think that should do the job. So let's first just like normal CDK, just say npm build. So I'm just I firstly have that. It's going to build for sure. It shouldn't be a problem. I also have this. I'm going to upload this code in GitHub. It's going to be a bit more polished, and it also has. I added also one part of code that where you get the. So that you know what? Let me just quickly do it. Terraform output. I also need this module. Terraform output. And I'm also going to get the URL of this thing. So I say Terraform output this to get the URL of the application, as I mentioned. Value is HTTPS. Then $sign serves. Service dot name dot Azure websites dot net. That's it. So let me do another npm run build. That looks fine, and then I'm going to just do CDK deploy. Please don't forget, before you can get running with this, before you could do stuff with this, you need to just do Azure login, be able to log into your account, and CDK Terraform then uses it to deploy stuff into your account. And also, please don't forget to do CDK-TF destroy when you're done. Otherwise, you might incur costs. So I just wanted to give this disclaimer before we go. Then I finally get to do just CDK-TF.